Hello and welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, is deliver live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who'll be on the show here for today. All right, we got Romanelli with us. Chris Ruffolo. We got Sean Murphy here with us in the center. Tony Brown from Las Vegas in for Mitch today. And we got Ninos and Big Al McMordie. And here's how they're going to line up for this evening. Ninos, McMordie, Murphy, Romanelli, Brown, Ruffolo, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, here we go to game day two. Of course, how did the first round go for you yesterday as we got it started off?
You know what, Tony? It was El Paso for me on the big action yesterday. I was focused on the NIT because those first four games are always tricky for me. But you know what? I did like Texas Southern yesterday, and thankfully they came through. But it'd be interesting to see how they do going forward. Those 16 seeds like to sometimes carry a spark. How about you, Tony?
Yeah, I did. I had Indiana and missed with the Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and then of course I got stuck with the late night games. It didn't do me well in those West Coast games. So it did not well. Colorado and Santa Clara did not come in, so kind of turned a winning day to a losing one for me. But we got today. Well, I've got 6 plays today, so we'll hope we can bounce it back. Let's get the show started here. We're going to go ahead and welcome in El Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Spring, where he's doing fine work in the NHL as well as NBA. We're going over to Skype for that. El, what's happening?
Going good here. How are you, Tony?
Pretty good. All right, here we go. 8:30 Eastern Time. We got the Spurs here to host the Thunder. The Spurs here are going to be laying 13.5, total 230.5.
Yeah, a little surprising number here. You know, obviously San Antonio may be the better team. They are at home. Thunder dealing with some injuries, but you know, so are the Spurs. And obviously the big question mark here is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But whether he gets to play or not, I think Thunder here, and I do think he goes. But either way, I think the Thunder here just getting way too many points. I said the Spurs are playing at home, and they may be the better team, but they could very well win this game. But you don't see them blow teams out by 15 too often. So you know, you're giving me the 13.5 points here with the Thunder. I'll take them. I think they keep this one competitive.
All right, El Ninos here is going to be looking here on the underdog, the OKC Thunder here. And, of course, they're getting a boatload of points in this one, 13.5 against the San Antonio Spurs. You know, Al, this Thunder team was a good bet-on team up until they started, post All-Star break, they started resting guys, sitting guys like Favors, Gideon Williams, Robinson Earl. And, of course, Gilgeous-Alexander still questionable here with this soreness. And, of course, they've lost 6 straight. They were pretty much pounded here by Charlotte. And defensively, their numbers have really tailed. When you look at the Thunder here in those 6 games, they're giving up almost 129 points per 100 possessions.
Yeah, they are, and as I said, I mean, they're not going to be favored too often, but they're pretty. You said they're usually a pretty good cover team. Maybe they have been resting some players lately. They're banged up, yes, sure, but again, I just think that I don't see how this you can lay double digits. Out of whack. Yeah, I just can't lay double digits with the Spurs. I'm sorry, not anytime soon. I don't care who they're playing. I mean, even if they do win, I just don't see them blowing anybody out, no matter who they're going up against. So, I just don't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, we saw a big. Yeah. The Spurs form is just horrible as well. I mean, you look at them here defensively, in their form here. They've lost 7 of 9. They gave 149 to Minnesota in that period of time, and that's 9 games. They're 25th in defensive efficiency, giving up 117 points per 100 possessions. I see the line move, from 234.5 down because the coaches pretty much spout out, we got to play better defense. Just because you're saying you got to play better defense doesn't mean you're going to play better defense, because these teams haven't played any defense at all.
No,
recently.
They haven't. Yeah, no, and we saw that Spurs game get really. They played a really high scoring game the other day. And as you mentioned, the Thunder giving up lots of points. They've been playing some of the better teams in the league, honestly. And yeah, they did get blown out a couple times recently. They faced the Jazz, Bucks, the Grizzlies, and even the Timberwolves have been one of the harder teams in the league lately. So No surprise with those results lately, and I just don't think the Spurs match up with, are at that level with those other teams that they've been facing lately. So I do think they come in here and keep this one a lot more competitive than what they've been showing lately.
All right, now Ninos here on the Thunder plus 13.5 against the Spurs. This one will have a start time of 8:30 Eastern time over on NBA League Pass channel. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dog's Premium, where you're doing fine work in the NHL. 1,751 units of profit, all documents. So if you go over to Pick Dog's Premium, look for El Ninos' profile page and scroll down to pick history. You can see every play that's recorded here. It's fully transparent. Also showing great profit in the NBA, 1,074 units of profit. Well, we got a big NBA card here. 12 games from the NBA, a handful here from NHL with a TNT doubleheader in NHL. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, I got my 3-pack with my best bet in each sport, but do have 2 plays in college basketball, 2 in the NHL, and a few in the NBA today. I really like this NBA card. I probably could have bet every single game, but I do have a few I like better than others, though. So I have those on the premium side. If you want to grab and get them all, obviously get a long-term pass or pair me up with the other favorite capper.
That's right, guys. I get on board here with El Ninos over at Pick Dog Spin. We've shown you the numbers here, showing great profit in NHL as well as NBA, showing profit past 7 days, coming off a winning day yesterday. A lot of action up there from the NHL, NBA, and college hoops as well from El Ninos. Instead of buying all these plays individually, a long-term pass is the way to go. That 7-day L Sports Pass is a great value right now because you get all of L's plays for 7 days. That'll take you through the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. A lot of action from the minor tournaments as well, as that will take you into Tuesday. Of course, all is NBA, all is NHL. With that 7-day All Sports Pass, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Al, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again tomorrow. But I also know you do contribute to midweek here to the Puck and Crazy Show.
That's right, yeah. Small card in the NHL today, but definitely a lot of games I liked, and gave out a nice little dog, I think, on there. So go ahead and check today's show out. And should be back on tomorrow, but check it out every weekday, 3:30 Eastern.
There you go. Al will be on Puck and Crazy. All right, Al, have a great night. Talk again tomorrow. Al Ninos here on the drive through. Let's continue on Recovery Chair. Join with Chris. Let's go ahead and welcome to the show Big Al McMordie. You'll find him over at Pick Dog Spring, which sits atop the leaderboards, having a fantastic 2022. Coming off a great 2021. So let's go ahead and bring Al McMordie in right now. Big Al, what's going on?
Not much. Just my favorite time of year. Can't wait for the games to start tomorrow. I don't really count the first 4.
That's right.
How are you guys doing?
I'm doing fine. Yeah, tomorrow's when the madness begins. You're looking here at a team prop for this tournament.
Yeah, and I've mentioned it, months ago, but I thought it was more timely to mention it now. And Chris might remember Chris and I talked on the phone the night Baylor beat Gonzaga. I had Baylor last year at 12-1 odds to win the title, and they came through in a shocking manner when they blew out Gonzaga. I don't think anyone expected that to happen. Back in 2019, I had Virginia at 22-1 odds, so I'm going for my 3rd win in a row in the college basketball. And as I told Chris, when we were talking on the phone that night, I love Gonzaga. When I saw that they got blown out by Baylor, that sealed the deal for me. I knew at the time they were probably going to sign Chet Holmgren, which they eventually did. And, I bet on Gonzaga at 7-1 that night. And then later in November, I wrote an article and published it officially and gave out Gonzaga, and the odds were still 7-1 at that time. Now, fast forward to today, the odds are currently 3-1 if you go to Bovada, sportsbook, or your sportsbook of choice. And I still like them at 3-1. I still think there's value here. I've been kind of basically telling anyone who will listen, everyone else is playing for second place. Gonzaga's going to win this title this year. And I think when I look at the bracket, I was happy to see how it set up for them. When you look at their own bracket, and it's hard to predict who's going to make it from the other regions, but when you look at their own bracket, you see 3 teams, I think, that can give them trouble. Texas Tech, Alabama, and Duke. Alabama and Duke for obvious reasons. They already beat them this year. Texas Tech, Gonzaga beat them earlier this season, 69-55. So if they play again, the Red Raiders would be playing with revenge. And the good thing, though, for Gonzaga is they don't have to beat 2 of them. They don't have to beat 3 of them. They only have to beat 1 of them because they're seeded 2, 3, and 6. So those 3 teams are going to fight it all out to see who will get to eventually play Gonzaga. So that's really, in my mind, the only tough game Gonzaga is going to have to play in this region. And yes, they could lose. I'm not going to say that they can't lose to one of those 3 teams, but they only have to beat them once. And then they're going to have revenge against either against either Duke or Alabama, which sets up well for Gonzaga there. And then you look at the next game they'd have to play, assuming they can get into the Final Four. The one team which really scares me is UCLA. But we don't know that UCLA is going to emerge from that region. But the reason UCLA scares me is that Gonzaga beat them this year 83-63. They beat them last year in the Final Four as well, 93-90. So UCLA would be playing with double revenge, and I wouldn't be too confident going into that game, at least on a point spread perspective. But again, they're going to be favored by a healthy amount. So even if Gonzaga, doesn't cover the spread in that game, that doesn't mean they can't win the game straight up. But that's one team that really scares me in this tournament. And then, of course, the other team that scares me would be Arizona. But outside of that, I think Gonzaga is pretty well set up to win this thing.
All right, now looking at Gonzaga to win the NCAA championship, plus 300. Look at the region here, Chris. They will get the winner of Boise State and Memphis in a round 2 game. Of course, Memphis, a team that self-destructs at times with those turnovers, but they do shoot. They have shot the ball well in their conference.
Yeah, this is true, but I do remember that phone conversation very well, and I was thinking about that as soon as the bracket was released, and I was just like, oh boy, this looks really good. But I can't disagree with it. I mean, I have a couple brackets, one with Gonzaga winning the whole thing, and like Al said, the combo, Drew Timme, Chet Holmgren, it's just everything seems to be working for this Gonzaga team. It's just a matter of now, carrying on and building on what they had last year and putting it all together and finishing the job.
That's right. And of course, Chris, you think that 4-5 that UConn's bound to get upset in that first round, right, Chris?
Yeah, Tony's spoiling one of my upsets for no, I'm kidding. I don't know if I'm going to put it in yet, but it's a game I did put a bet on. I do think New Mexico State matches up really well because you look at UConn. I know we're talking about Gonzaga here, but look at UConn. The only ways I found they've had success this year are teams that they can bully, and they went I think 3-4 straight up against the 3 biggest teams in the Big East, which were I think Xavier, Creighton, and Seton Hall, and New Mexico State doesn't start a player under 6'4", so I think size-wise, New Mexico State could give UConn all sorts of problems. That's why I think it could be a prime upset in the first round.
And that 4-seed Arkansas team that defends, but the shooting numbers aren't there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can really say about Arkansas that I haven't really said already. I think this Vermont team is legit. At least for a first-round upset, I think it's definitely a prime play. But again, the amount of public views that the Vermont Catamounts are getting, it's starting to get a little bit scary. A
little public underdog there. Gonzaga to win NCAA championship at plus 300 odds from Big Al McMordie. All right, now let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for Wednesday today, the day before the big dance. Great start to the 2022 year here. 2,514 units of profit, all documented on the site. Again, you can visit Big Al's profile page, scroll down to pick history. Everything there is documented. Great college hoops year for this year. What do you have going on over the site?
Well, having a nice tournament run. We're 30-19 with a push on our 50 tournament plays thus far. We cashed yesterday with South Carolina Upstate and Virginia Commonwealth. I've got a triple pack of college basketball winners for Wednesday's card, so folks might want to check that out. And I'm 26-10, I think, my last 36 triple packs. Then I've also got a triple pack in the NBA, so the winning doesn't stop in college. We've got a great night tonight in the NBA. And then I've got hockey as well. I'm 32-15, my last 47 on the ice. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to have 6 plays on the first day of March Madness. I'll finish up the card tonight, but at first glance, I think I'm going to have 6 plays on Thursday and maybe 7 on Friday if with a gun to my head. And I haven't even looked at the NBA, although there's only one NBA game on Thursday. They've put it all back to Friday, so I'll probably pass in the NBA on Thursday. So it'll probably just be maybe it'll just end up being those 6 March Madness plays for college.
You don't want to write that 12-0 ATS run by the Pistons?
You know, it's. I went against Detroit the other night. I had Miami, and they won by 7 late, 13.5. So yeah, Detroit got my money that night.
They certainly did. Get on board here with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers, fantastic numbers here. 2,514 units of profit for 2022, all documented. And tonight, as Big Al was saying, he's got his NBA triple pack up there. Go 3-0 with Big Al in the NBA. Also, Slap Shot Club winner as well. Again, a 3-game card from the NCAA. And best value to do is go on board with a long-term pass here from Big Al. That 1 month all sports pass to get you all the plays from Big Al for 1 month. That includes the entire NCAA tournament, all the minor tournaments, NBA. We're getting right into the playoffs here when you get that 1 month all sports pass, as well as NHL. And of course, the first week of baseball, 1 month all sports pass. It's great. Best value right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. With all these sports starting to overlap, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. Big Al, as always, great having your show. Continue that success, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. Be back on. Oh my God, we're gonna do a show tomorrow. You guys aren't gonna watch the games?
Oh, we'll have one eye on the show and one eye on the TV.
I'm just kidding. I tell you, I bet a bunch of people will completely forget. They'll be so engrossed by all the action. They're like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Yeah, well, this is kind of the downtime right here, right? This is that one where there's one game going on around this time, right? That West Coast, that West region will probably have one game going on. It's kind of a little pause here in it, so it's kind of a good time slot here.
We'll be back at. I'll talk with you guys tomorrow.
We'll be back for the night sessions.
Yes.
Right in time for the night sessions. Big Al McMordie here on the drive to. Let's continue our coverage with Chris. Just a reminder, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's Mitch. He's got his 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then at 10:05 Eastern, Joe Manning joins them for their sports betting show picks. They talk about the line moves, the public dogs, public fades, sports betting tools, and more. And of course, we've got Mitch has a betting tool show now that he introduced this week. Still tinkering with the time. You'll find it on the channel as well. The soccer show, as well as the Puck and Gray show with Joe Manning. Of course, leading up to us, the drive-thru at 3 Eastern time. We always ask for your help, guys. Those likes, those thumbs up, Chris, really helps us out.
Absolutely, Tony, it does, because at the end of the day, I say it each and every day we're on the show, without your guys' love and support for giving us those thumbs up, those likes, those subscriptions, Pick Dogs wouldn't be where it is today. So thank you guys for all the love and support. Keep it coming in, because no matter how many times you click that like button, each single one helps us out, and we do appreciate it. So to show you how much we appreciate it, we'll do a like goal today. 150 likes. We'll go across the board today. I'll have one NHL play for you, a college hoops play for tonight's action, and an NBA player prop. We need 150 likes to get there.
150 likes. Keep them coming. Let's continue on with the show. Sean Murphy up next. Sean, what's happening?
Hey, guys. How's it going tonight?
Going fantastic. All right, here we go. The Basketball Classic here at 7 Eastern time over on ESPN Plus has Youngstown State hosting Morgan State, with Youngstown laying 7, total 152.5.
Yeah, I know this is kind of the game that everyone's been looking forward to hear about here tonight, but I like the way it's set up. This morning when I made the play on the over here, it was actually at 148.5, 149.5, and now we're looking at it up around 152. But I still I think that move was warranted here. I think it's actually still a solid play on the over here at 152. You look at Morgan State; they're not a great defensive team by any means. Away from home this season, they've allowed 25 of 56 shooting, 9 made threes per game. And they generally, the only thing that's kept their numbers down really is the fact that a lot of teams they've faced are not teams that really push the pace too much. But I think that's a different story here tonight against Youngstown State. You look at the Penguins, they've gotten off 62 or more field goal attempts in 5 of their last 9. They averaged 28 of 59 shooting here at home this season, so they're going to push the pace a little more than what Morgan State's really accustomed to. But you look at the other side of the ball, Youngstown State down the stretch wasn't great, actually. I believe they came into this one having lost their last 3 against the spread. They gave up 34, 29, 28 made field goals. So teams are kind of having their way with them with that Youngstown State defense here. So, and you look at Morgan State's offense, another kind of similar team actually to what Youngstown State would face. What their defense is accustomed to facing, but Morgan State, generally getting up into the high 20s, low 30s made field goals per game. I don't think they'll shy away from kind of an up and down game here, even on the road. So I'm going to look at playing the over in this one. Again, you look at these lesser tournaments. I don't know if any team's really that interested in getting involved in a real slugfest here. I know last night I had the over in the Missouri State and Oklahoma game in the NIT. It's kind of a similar situation here. I think we see both teams come out interested in kind of running the floor, and this one sails into the 150s.
All right, we got Sean Murphy here with the over here with Morgan State and Youngstown State. You know, Chris, that these two teams are really pretty much weak defensively, down low, came up well over 50% against conference opponents inside the arc. And one thing with Youngstown State, as Sean was alluding to, they've really played poorly down the stretch. Past 5 games, giving up over 50% shooting.
Yeah, I think that's a big reason as to why I like the over as well. Like Youngstown State, like you said, porous defensively. And the only times Morgan State hit the under in conference play was simply because the other team couldn't score enough points to contribute to their end of the total. I mean, we saw, I think it was 42 or 52 points against Maryland Eastern Shore, and that was a total around 145, and still finished 10 points short. So, you know, when you're scoring 82 points, you just got to do a little bit, and I think, 152 here? Yeah, you got to get 70 from the other side. Should be no problem tonight.
Morgan State, Youngstown State, over a total of 152. This one will have a start time 7 p.m. Eastern Time over on ESPN+. All right, Sean, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim. We're doing fantastic. Look at the NBA numbers have been strong. You've been on a terrific run in the NBA over sitting up at 1,067 units of profit, showing great profit here the last 30 days, the past 7 days. A lot of NBA tonight. We got 12 games on the card. What do you have going on over the site?
Yeah, so I've kind of got on a good run here at the right time, 39-17 in basketball and hockey combined over the last 9 days, 9-0 in the NBA since Saturday, and 33-11 my last 44 in the NBA. So it's kind of been a big turnaround in the association here lately. Tonight I've got 2 totals on the go on an 11-0 run actually on NBA totals. So look to make it 12 and 13 in a row tonight. And then a couple college plays as well, a couple of premium plays in the one from the NIT and one from the one of the first 4 matchups. So yeah, busy night tonight, and then of course tomorrow I've already got 3 plays loaded for tomorrow, and 3 for Friday will be coming up as well. So yeah, it's a great time to grab a week and kind of get on board for the full weekend of madness action.
That's right. Get aboard with Sean Murphy over at Pick Dogs. You see the numbers in the NBA, 1,067 units of profit, all documented. Also showing great profit the last 30 days, the past 7 days, come off a strong day yesterday. The first 4 total of the year is up right now from Sean Murphy. Get on board with that. Could also get on board with some NIT plays as well. But again, the long-term passes are probably your best value here with Sean Murphy. Get that 1-month all sports pass. All of his plays for 1 month. Includes all his NBA, all his college hoops, NHL. Of course, first week of baseball with that 1 month all sports pass, your best value. They're over at Pick Dogs Premium, as Sean is doing, producing some great results, as you can see there over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Sean. By the way, you can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value. You can match up Sean with Big Al McMordie, with Chris, with Tony Brown, Al Ninos, Ron Romanelli. 2-for-1 cap promotion, your best value at the site. Sean, it's always great having you on your show. Continue the success. We'll talk with you next week. But I know you also contribute to the weekend shows.
Yeah, I'll be definitely pop on for one of the weekend shows as well for some more free plays as well.
Free plays from Sean Murphy. The weekend shows, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and Joe Madden hosting. Sean, have a great night. We'll talk next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Enjoy the tournament.
You got it. Sean Murphy here on The Drive. We'll continue with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Tony, we got a nice chunk of the way there. We're at 55 likes right now, 158 people watching. So we're already at that part of the show where if everybody that was watching right now just click the like button, we'd be at our goal to get you the 3 plays for tonight's action. Like I said, an NHL play, a college hoops play, and an NBA player prop. But we still need about 93 likes to get there.
93 likes to get there. All right, let's continue on. Keep those thumbs up coming in. Ron Romanelli up next. Ron, what's happening?
Hey, Tony and Chris, how's it going?
Going fantastic. Here we are in the first 4. Matchup here, Rutgers to face Notre Dame at 9 Eastern Time. Notre Dame a point favorite, total 134.5. You're going to look at this one a little differently.
Yeah, I've got a sexy play for you guys here in the first half under in this Notre Dame-Rutgers game. Now, there's a pretty keen trend that I've been looking at in the NCAA tournament in the recent years, and it's taking first half unders in the first 4 and the first round of the tournament. And in fact, since 2011, which is a pretty good sample size, first half unders are hitting at a 59% rate. That's any professional sports bettor would love to hit 59% of their games. So the first half under, if you just blindly bet it in every game, in the first 4 and the first round, 59%. But last year it was even better. A 26-7-3 record. First half unders were in the first 4 and first round. That's 79% on the under in the first half. And I like the under in this one, not only because it fits the trend, obviously, but it also makes sense statistically. You look at Rutgers, obviously a defensive first team. They're ranked 42nd in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency. They also really like to slow down the game on defense. Only 5 teams in the country are slower than Rutgers on defense. They're ranked 353rd in average possession length on defense. Now, Notre Dame, you may think, since they are a higher scoring team, their offense is pretty good 3-point shooting team, maybe they like to up the tempo a bit. But not exactly. The Irish are actually a pretty slow team themselves. They're ranked 251st in the nation in adjusted tempo, 261st on offense, 300th on defense. So Notre Dame is not going to mind slowing this game down and playing it in the half-court offense as well. I think Rutgers' offense is going to struggle in the first half of this one. We know there's a few players on this Rutgers team that can score, just like Ron Harper, who seemed to be, I think he might have a big game in this one. But I think it's going to happen in the second half. When you see these two teams, and you're going to see this throughout the tournament, you have two teams that are facing each other for the first time this season most often, and sometimes even the first time in program history. There's some unfamiliarity there, and there's some getting to know each other, and usually the offenses come second, and the defenses play well in the first half of these games. We saw it last night, Indiana, Wyoming, under in the first half, and Corpus Christi, Texas Southern, under in the first half. I think we make it 3 here with Notre Dame, Rutgers, under in the first half.
Well, research here from Ron Romanelli here. Rutgers, Notre Dame under first half. I think Duke had the blueprint how to beat Notre Dame back in that game on January 31st as Duke got the win there, 57-43. It was just a snooze fest. They slowed it down, and they shut down the Irish there.
And realistically, I won't lie to you. This wasn't a play that I didn't think to make until I saw the email chain this morning. But it makes 100% sense. And I tell you the truth, I love it because – like Ron said, Rutgers normally defense first anyways, but when you took them out of Jersey Mike's Arena this season, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights were just a completely different team, and not necessarily in a good way. I'd say more often than not, they struggled to score on the road, and I think that's exactly it. I think Rutgers just wanting to bring Notre Dame down to their level and play this one into the 60s if we even get that high. So, yeah, I love the under first half as well.
Rutgers, Notre Dame under first half, 62.5. This one will have a start time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Ron, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. 469 units of profit in college hoops, a good college basketball card tonight with a mixture of big tournaments and small ones, and of course 12 from the NBA and a few hockey, TNT doubleheader. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, you've got about 3 minutes on a buzzer beater to grab my NCAA tournament first 4 game of the night in the Bryant and Wright State game against the spread. Really liking that play. We cashed our NCAA tournament play yesterday with Indiana. And going forward, I feel the most confident in the college hoop season in these first 2 rounds, the first weekend. So if you grab a 3-day or 7-day pass to get all the plays I put in college hoops this weekend, I think it's a great idea. But also check out my college hoops all access pass. You'll get every single college basketball play, including the NIT and the other tournaments and the NCAA tournament, obviously, from now until the end of the season, all for $199, a really good price there. It'll save you money as we'll make some more money in college hoops. And, yeah, check it out. I also have an NBA play on the board today on a total that I really love. So plenty of things going on, and make sure you check me out at Pick Dogs Premium.
Yeah, check Ron Romanelli over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers, 469 units of profit college basketball, fully documented over at the site. Also showing profit in the NHL. And tonight, as Ron was talking about, he's got plays up there from the NCAA tournament, from the NBA as well. But the long-term pass is the way to go. Get that 1-month all-sports pass from Ron Romanelli. All his plays for a month, all his NBA, college hoops, NHL, gets you into the playoffs with the NBA and NHL, and complete tournament coverage. All 4 tournaments there with that 1-month pass, and the first week of baseball, 1-month all sports pass. Your best value right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Heck, it's even greater value there. Ron, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll talk with you again next week, but I also know you do contribute to the weekend shows.
Yep, I'll see you guys on the weekend. We'll probably be talking some college hoops there as well. And I can't wait to see what the madness as it begins tomorrow. I bet there's going to be plenty of big upsets that we'll be talking about this weekend.
We certainly will. Ron, have a great night. Talk next week. Ron Romanelli here on the Drive Thru. Let's continue on here with the coverage. Good luck to you as well. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
That's when we made another jump. We're at 78 likes right now, 172 people watching. So we're still about halfway away from our goal, but more than enough people that if you haven't clicked the like button, and every single one of you clicked it that's watching right now, we would have more than enough likes to get to our like goal. Like I said, 3 plays tonight. You got a college hoops play, an NHL play, as well as an NBA player prop. Great value tonight, but you got to get to 150 likes to get there. We need about 67 more.
Keep them coming in. Let's continue on with the drive-thru. He was in for Bittler on Monday. He's in for Mitch on Wednesday. It's Tony Brown. Tony Brown, what's happening?
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
You're already going to get some big shoes to fill the last couple of days, but here we go.
Right, and then you got me filling in for some of the best in the game, and then Ron Romanelli was like, okay, before this broadcast, I'm going to go to broadcast school and give the best broadcast of my life. Like that was excellent right there. I don't even know how to follow that shit.
Oh man, I know it's a tough act to follow. We try to move you around. Oh, Big Al, but then they got Ron.
Right, and now Ron Romanelli then
it's
out in the ring. So
Wednesday's
don't worry,
a big star.
I'm about to sharpen my game up. I'm getting a green screen and I'm gonna have it all right there like
nice.
this kid.
Nice. There we go. Get that green screen. Here we go, Tony. We're going here at 8 Eastern time. T-Wolves will be hosting the Lakers. With the T-Wolves here laying 9, total 242.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't even pick my team plus 9 anymore. I literally think that Minnesota probably will blow them out, but I'm not hoping for it. So I just left that game alone as far as the spread and stuff. But the total, I really like this total to go under. 242 is high, even in today's NBA. That's like an all-star game total almost. They have to average 60 points each quarter, combined to get to the 240, and they still need a couple more buckets. While Minnesota may be able to do it, I don't think the Lakers are going to hold up their end of the bargain. So they might have to put up 50, 60 points a quarter to keep this high total going. And to make matters even worse, I don't even think we're going to have LeBron James in for this one. I don't know if it's a real injury, if he's just sitting out because he's sick of what's going on in LA, which I personally would be going to do if I was him. But for whatever reason, he's questionable and it's leaning more towards the not having him play. So with him out, that's our leading scorer. All the assists, he brings 10 assists a game, and then all the rebounds, that's just extra opportunities for us to score, all goes away. Anthony Davis still on the bench. Our best hope would be Russell Westbrook. I'm not going to call him Westbrook because that is his name, but Russell Westbrook will be our best hope on offense. So that just lets you know we need to lean towards the under in this one. 243 to beat us will be a chore, so I'm going to take the under for a free play.
All right, Tony Brown is on the under. Under 242 is your free play from Tony Brown there. I think I might have had the graphic there somehow mixed in here, but you said under. Is that the way to go? Under
yeah, I said under 242. It's going to take 243 to beat us.
That's right. It says under 242. All right, Chris. He didn't go Al Ninos with us and go against the Lakers like Al Ninos did a few days ago, but he's going total under in this one, Chris.
I can't disagree. First off, I'll say a couple things. First, all you got to do is put Tony after me. It's a never fail, surefire. He'll be fine. Second of all, you also got to address LeBron James is not only leading scorer, assist man, he's also the head coach, the general manager. I'm just playing at this point. Any Laker fan, I like busting chops, but realistically, I like the under as well. I'm not trying to twist the knife from that Laker game, but the Lakers only had 12 points in the first quarter in that Raptors game, and it's just sort of been. I don't want to say it's been a microcosm of the Lakers season as of late. It's just been slow play as of late. It's been lower totals, and 242. It's just because the Timberwolves are playing. That's simply it, and I can't get to 242. I like the under as well.
All right, let's give you an update here on LeBron James. It just came through here. Mike Trudell, he's probably the best source. He's the guy that does the commentary on Spectrum Sports on the Lakers channel. I'm sure we've seen him. He's the guy with the mic. He will play. So LeBron James has given the thumbs up. He's going to be in the lineup tonight. Any other thoughts here with LeBron playing this game?
Well, that's going to help us cover, but I still think it's going to go under. He played in the last game, and that helped us get a big 12 in the first quarter and a nice fat under. We haven't won a road game in 10 straight. The offense doesn't show up over there. And that even leans more towards the under because his defense always comes through. No matter what, he's always going to give you a great defensive effort, so that'll keep Minnesota from scoring a few. But the Big Cat's coming off that 60-point game. Momentum, he's going to be hot or whatever. So I think he's going to do whatever he wants, and the rest of the guys won't be able to get off so much. So LeBron helps with us covering maybe. Maybe I'll throw a few dollars on them not losing by double digits now, but definitely still like under 242 points.
LeBron had a little fire in his eye last time out with the refs. He wasn't really happy there with some of the calls, but he was a little upset. But anyway, we got Tony Brown here under 242 with the T-Wolves and the Lakers. All right, Tony Brown, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Big card from the NBA. Oh, but it's 12 games from the NBA tonight. We've got a lot of college hoops going on with a few hockey. TNT has their doubleheader on Wednesday. As we know, you're doing fantastic work in the NHL. 2,628 units of profit NHL that is fully documented. Go to the site. You can see every play that's released. If you tune into Puckin' Crazy, he gives out winners up there as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs tonight?
Yeah, we got a huge night tonight. I got 9 plays, all 10-star premium picks. But it's not like me just jamming a bunch of picks in there. They're just 3 plays from each league. I have a 3-play in college basketball, a 3-play in the NBA, and a 3-play in the NHL. Bang your bookie 9 times over. You can get them individually, or you can get any one of those 3-packs for only $39.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Tony Brown over at Pick Dogs Premium. 2,620 units of profit, NHL fully documented. Get on board. He's got an NBA jam up there, some NHL plays. But again, the long-term pass is the way to go. That 1-month all sports pass to get you all the plays from Tony Brown. You've got your NCAA tournament covered, as well as the minor tournaments with that 1-month pass. The rest of the NBA regular season into the playoffs with that 1-month pass, as well as NHL first week of baseball with that 1 month. But Tony Brown, I know you got that VIP 1-year pass up there as well.
Yeah, that VIP 365 days of play. You get every pick I release from every sport, so there's no jumping around buying passes. You don't have to get my playoff picks or a bonus pick here or there. If I release it, you get it. And that's for a whole year, not a season of not an NHL season or an NBA season. 365 full days of play, every single play I release, every sport, playoffs and championship picks included for one very low price.
That's right. So get on board with Tony Brown with that VIP 1-year pass over at Pick Dogs Premium at St. Cap with the 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. Tony Brown, as always, thank you for filling in. Have yourself a great night. I know we can catch on. I think they ought to make you the co-host. Your numbers, you and Alan Ninos' numbers have been so dominating. It's just nobody even wants to even enter the fray there. It's you've been dominating everyone. It's either right. You or Alan Ninos on the show.
Yeah, Al's great right there. Dana Lane even got a few picks up in there. So, anytime you watch that show, you're going to get some great picks from some great handicappers. And then anytime I'm on, you're going to get some picks from the best.
That's right. The best. Tony Brown, NHL, said year after year, how Tony Brown delivers in NHL.
The numbers don't lie.
They don't. Tony, have yourself a great evening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
Tony Brown here on the drive to. Let's continue with our coverage here with Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Tony, we're at 106 likes. We've got 201 people watching, so we basically need about 20% of you if you haven't hit the like button to do so, and we would get our like goal of 150, so where you would get college hoops play for tonight's action, as well as an NBA player prop and an NHL play. But again, we need about 42 more likes to get there.
42 more likes. Keep them coming in. Let's continue on here with the drive to. Now it's Chris front and center. I failed to mention, Mitch was on yesterday. He's off the show today. He'll have his videos up. He's en route to Las Vegas as we speak. He said around this time he'd be over the Pacific Ocean. So he should be landing in Vegas tonight in time to get his work done. So he'll be back with his morning shows. But it was off today from the drive-thru. So let's continue on here. Chris, front and center here with your play. So let's go ahead and let's get the data up there for you right now. As we're ready to go here with your pick. We're going to be looking here at this Clippers and of course it's going to be the Raptors, right? The Clippers and Raptors, the games that pick them total 214.5.
Do I have to change my last name to Ninos? Because I think I'm going to be a bit of a homer here. I'm going with the Raptors. The Raptors, during this 4-game road trip, they've been absolutely outstanding. 4-0 against the spread, 3 double-digit victories. And I'm not expecting that to change here against the Clippers. Toronto, like we just mentioned in the last segment, took it to the Lakers early and often. They led by 21 after the first quarter and kind of just coasted to the win at that point. And they had 6 players scoring double figures, and they absolutely crushed the Lakers on the glass, out-rebounding them 64-43. And realistically, I know this Clippers team has been playing well. They've been making us some money over the last few weeks, but over the last 6 games, they've been absolutely decimated on the boards themselves. Ivica Zubac can only do so much himself. And, in that 6-game stretch, they've only won twice as favorites in the underdog spots. They've lost 4. This line was at a 1.5 for the Raptors when I first looked at it. I see the line moving all over the place, but the result doesn't change for me here. I'm taking the Toronto Raptors in this one.
Chris here on the Toronto Raptors at pick 'em against the LA Lakers. Only concern here is that Toronto could be without their starting backcourt with Van Fleet and Trent questionable in this one.
And that is an issue. I think that's why we've seen the line move all over the place. And, we still know that there's no OG Anunoby, but we're starting to see, I think, some resilience from this Raptors team. They have depth. We're starting to see the emergence of Scotty Barnes as potentially the next big star for the Raptors. Pascal Siakam's still in the lineup. So I just think that there is enough depth within this Toronto team to sort of keep them afloat. And this Clippers team, like we said, there is light at the end of the tunnel. They do see Paul George coming back soon. But Toronto hasn't had to. They've been able to stay in LA and sort of, get comfortable. They haven't had to travel. So I think that's the edge for me in this one. And that's why I'm sticking with Toronto.
Raptors going to pick them against the Clippers. This one will have a start time of 10:30 Eastern time over on NB League Pass channel. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight. Doing fine work here the past 7 days. 584 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Well, tonight we got 12 from the NBA, lots of college hoops, a few of hockey games up there with the TNT doubleheader. What do you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you, we did have my original college hoops 3-pack go off the board with the Wright State and Bryant matchup, but that's fine. I was able to repurpose a couple things. Have another college hoops 3-pack up there, the original 2 plays that were left over from that first package, and I threw in a long-term play that you could only get up to this point with a long-term subscription. I also have an NBA 3-pack on the board as well, $39.99 for both. Or guys, we always talk about it long-term. This is some of the best value that you can get right now because, like I said, the 3-day is going to get you into the second round of the tournament. The 7 day is all going to get you up until the Sweet 16, potentially even the Elite 8 if those plays come in early enough. I think so. Maybe my dates are wrong, but either way, you're still going to get a lot of college hoops action as well as the smaller tournaments. NBA up there as well, potentially some NHL. The month will get you the national championship as well as baseball. The year gets you full seasons of all the major sports for pretty much $100 a month. So, it's some great value there. Or you can pair me up with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. You can pair me up with Tony, Tony Brown, Big Al, Little Al, Sean, Ron Romanelli. We're all going to make you money over at Pick Dogs, whether you jump on with us 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, the 2-for-1 capper deal. I've also still got my tournament takeout special up there as well for college hoops. $175 gets you all the college hoops action until they cut down the nets in April. But you got to go over to Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs Premium to check it out.
That's right, guys. Got to go with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the numbers, 584 units of profit. Last 7 days, all documented, as well as showing profit last 3 days. Come out of a winning day yesterday. As he talked about his top tips, 3-pack up there, as well as a college basketball primetime plays. We're repurposing some plays as we talked about. His tournament takeout kickoff special here, a remainder of the NCAA tournament, as well as the minor tournaments for $175. All college hoops coverage from Chris Ruffolo from now until they cut the nets in early April. Get on board with that over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, let's continue on here with the show. Joined by Chris. Chris, where do we sit with our like goal?
Well, Tony, we only need about 19 more likes. 214 people watching, so that's basically about 10% of you that haven't hit the like button. If you could do so, we'd greatly appreciate it, and we would get to our like goal. Like I said, tonight would get you one college hoops play from one of the minor tournaments. Would also get you an NHL play as well as an NBA player prop. Lots of money to be made tonight, but we need 150 likes to get there. We're currently at 133.
150 likes. Keep those thumbs up coming in. By the way, if you missed any of the picks, we'll do a complete recap at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. Let's get down to the plays now. That's my pick here. We're looking here at this game between Detroit and Florida Gulf Coast. 7 Eastern time, Florida Gulf Coast, 2.5-point favorite. And I'm going to go with the home team here with Florida Gulf Coast laying the 2.5 against Detroit. And, in this one, the Titans, 14-15 overall team. Again, the issue I have with Detroit has been really their road form. Just 5-14 straight up on the road, where they give up 47% from the field, 37% from beyond the arc. And I'm going to look here at this Florida Gulf Coast team with that home court. They've had some struggles offensively on the glass, but again, for me, it's just the fact that this Detroit team has just not been a very good team on the road, Chris.
Yeah, totally. You took the words right out of my mouth. I was holding my breath when I saw this game. I was like, oh boy, please tell me, because I know you like those ugly dogs, but tonight I'm happy you're on the Gulf Coast tonight, because realistically, I think Detroit's going to have the highest scoring player on the floor in Antoine Davis, but Florida Gulf Coast has more top-tier scoring depth. They've got Tavian Dunn-Martin putting up over 20 points a game. They've got a couple other guys scoring at least 10. And this Florida Gulf Coast team just really good at home. Like you said, Detroit, when you take them out of their own building, they are not the same basketball team. I like Florida Gulf Coast as well.
Florida Gulf Coast laying 2.5 against Detroit. This one will have a start time of, let's get the graphic up here. It's going to be at 7 Eastern time. This one you could watch over on ESPN Plus. All right, guys, I have a 3-pack from college hoops as well as the NBA, so get on board there. I'm also part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion with my 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass. So you get on board with me, with Chris, with Mitch, with El Ninos, Big Al McMordie. You can match me up with Tony Brown, Ron Romanelli, Sean Murphy. The 2-for-1 capper promotion is your best value right now over at Pig Dogs Premium. Let's continue on here with the show. Here is joined by Chris. And Chris, where did we sit with our like goal?
I'll tell you, we need about 5 more likes. We got 4 more now, 146 likes. Need 150 to get to our like goal. I'm just kind of watching it climb up right now. So 148 likes. I have a feeling we're going to hit that goal.
Looks that way. Let's get to the recap. Well, Chris and I here will be in for the recap. We got started here with El Ninos. And El Ninos was on the Thunder plus 13.5 against the Spurs. Big Al McMordie with the team prop. Gonzaga to win the NCAA tournament plus 300 return. Sean Murphy, Morgan State, Youngstown State over 152. Ron Romanelli says Rutgers, Notre Dame under the first half total of 62.5. Tony Brown, Lakers, T-Wolves under 242. Chris was on the Raptors, pick 'em against the Clippers. Yours truly, Florida Gulf Coast laying 2.5 against Detroit. All right, Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, I'll give you honorable mention here, but I can't go against Ron's numbers. I got to go with Rutgers, Notre Dame under first half. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game myself as well.
Yeah, I have to go agree with that one. Rutgers, again, that Duke Notre Dame game comes to mind. Duke can play defense, and the way they shut down that Irish offense, it reminds me of what Rutgers is going to do here. So under first half with Notre Dame and Rutgers. All right, we got to our like goal, I see. So Chris, now time for the picks.
Absolutely. The first one will go to the college hoops. Where I'm going to take SMU laying the 15 points. I know we talk about these teams that get snubbed from the tournament, and sometimes you could worry about a potential letdown that maybe they could play with a little bit of, like, I don't want to say disappointment, but they could come out a little bit slow. We saw it with Alcorn State taking advantage and covered against Texas A&M last night. I don't think that's going to happen with SMU here. This SMU team can score points and score points in bunches. They're one of the faster-paced teams in the country. And this is a Nicholls State team that, yes, they covered and they played some tough opposition as well. But it also sticks in my mind this is a Nicholls State team that lost to Oregon State, who won just 3 games all season long. And they did. I believe they didn't cover in that game either. But SMU, I think they're going to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Had they beaten Memphis, they'd probably be in the big dance right now. But fortunately, they're not, but they are at home. And this is a senior-laden SMU team. Last few games to play together. I think this is one of the teams that you're going to see put their best foot forward here. So we're going to take SMU laying the big number. I'm also going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line against the Seattle Kraken. This Seattle Kraken team is just a dumpster fire, and I feel embarrassed. I should put the paper bag over my head saying that maybe they could make the playoffs before the start of the season. But realistically, they're allowing 3.8 goals per game at home this season, and we're getting near even money with the defending champions to win this game by 2 goals when, simply put, they're the far better team, and I think you could argue that this puck line play should be closer to maybe minus 130, 140, even up to 150. So I think we're getting the puck line at a discounted price here. So we're going to take Tampa Bay on the puck line, laying the goal and a half. It's around, like I said, minus 105 or even money. And on the NBA player prop, I'm going to go to Steph Curry. We did it on his birthday, and I think we're going to have a nice night with him again tonight. We're not going to go with the points, though. I'm going to take the over on the threes. I think you can get over 3.5 around minus 140. You can go to over 4.5 at top around plus 160. There's just a big jump between those two numbers. But realistically, Draymond Green was the difference the other night. They played 25 minutes together, and the Warriors scored 56 points in those 25 minutes, and Steph Curry scored 41 of those points. He shot 7 of 14 from 3. And without Draymond Green, he's averaging around just under 4 threes a game. With Green in the lineup, that number jumps up over 5. And he's gone over 3.5 threes in 31 of the 35 games that they've played together this season, hitting the over around 89%. I got to go with Steph Curry over on the threes tonight. Those are going to be your 3 plays. Player prop, Steph Curry, over 3.5 threes, or you can even push that up to over 4.5. The Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line, and the SMU Mustangs laying the points.
All right, Chris Ruffolo, we thank you for those picks. And, of course, to the audience out there for your great contributions with your thumbs up and your likes. We greatly appreciate it. That'll do it for this edition of The Drive-Thru. We'll be back again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll get you some coverage here, some picks for the night sessions of the NCAA tournament. Of course, it all gets started every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Then 10:05, it's Mitch and Joe Madden with their sports betting pick show. Picks, talk about line moves, public fades, sports betting tools, and whatnot. A lot coverage there at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And of course, we've got the Puck and Crazy show, the soccer show. Of course, Mitch is starting to tinker the time here with his betting tools show. So stay tuned for that as well, as he's going to turn that into a show. And of course, he'll be in Vegas. You'll get to see Mitch in Vegas here the next couple of days as he's there, lining there. That's why he missed the show today. But he'll be back tonight with all his work. He'll get those picks in there up there as well. Ruffolo will join him tomorrow over in Vegas. And looks like I may be flying solo tomorrow, but it's okay. We'll have the drive-through here again tomorrow at 6 Eastern time. All right, let's bring the crew in from tonight. Wave good night to everyone. Have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk